Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to be talking about some of my favorite memorization tricks for biology. We're going to go through 13 of my favorite biology mnemonics, starting with basic biology information and going all the way up to AP biology content. And hopefully some of these will help you as you're studying for your class or big tests for biology. If you like this video, make sure to let me know and feel free to subscribe if you find content like this helpful. So what are mnemonics? You've probably heard of these at some point in your science or other classes. But mnemonics are helpful ways to remember lists or processes or types of information in a way that'll stick in your mind. A lot of these are formed by taking a sentence that's silly or memorable, and the first letter of every word in the sentence corresponds to the order or description of some process that you need to know for the topic. For example, a super popular one in biology is Dear King Phillip came over for ginger snaps, which corresponds to levels of classification of living things that you might have had to memorize for your biology class. Domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. By remembering the first letter in each of these words, hopefully you'll be able to remember the orders of these levels. Another mnemonic-y type of thing I like to tell my students is how to remember independent versus dependent variables. It's easy by looking at the first letter in independent and the first letter in dependent. Remember, for independent, an independent variable is what is being changed or manipulated by the experimenter. So I for independent, I for I am changing. D for dependent is where you're getting your data from. This is the variable that you're measuring in your experiment. So for example, if you're doing an experiment where you're changing the pH of the soil of different plants and seeing how tall they grow, what I, the experimenter, am changing, I for independent, is the pH. So that's our independent variable. Our D, our data that we're collecting, is how tall the plants grow. So that's our dependent variable. Another level mnemonic that you might need to know are levels of organization in living systems or the levels of organization in ecology. So for example, old people catch easy breaks is a way to remember the levels of organization that come after organism. Organism, a bunch of organisms are a population. A bunch of populations together make up community. Communities with biotic and abiotic factors make up an ecosystem, and all the ecosystems and all the life on Earth composes the biosphere. You might have heard of PMAT before, which is a way to remember the phases of mitosis in the correct order. PMAT doesn't mean anything, it's just a silly word, but if you can remember PMAT, you can probably remember prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Speaking of mitosis, a lot of students confuse mitosis versus meiosis because they're both types of cell division and they both start with the letter M. If you get confused as which one is which, remember mitosis is asexual reproduction where a cell is copying itself to make two identical daughter cells. It's the same way that mitose grow. So mitosis corresponds to the cells in my toe. First two letters of meiosis are Me, and meiosis, remember, is how we make sex cells. So in order to grow a human, you need to go through meiosis to produce sex cells. So meiosis makes me, mitosis makes mitose. You might need to memorize the four main groups of organic compounds that we study in biology: carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. I like to add to this clean later party especially now because a lot of students forget that enzymes are proteins and they fall into that proteins category. So if you say clean later party especially now, hopefully you remember that E for enzymes or E for especially goes with the party. You're definitely going to have to know in biology that in DNA, A always pairs with T and G always pairs with C. One way to remember this is saying apple tree, A and T, good cookie, G and C. I've also heard all teachers can go. Or another one of my favorites is looking at A's and know that it's formed with a straight line as well as T's. The letter G is written with curvy lines as well as the letter C. So the curvy ones go together and the straight line ones go together. Now this doesn't work when we throw U into the mix, which also can pair with A when we get to RNA. But speaking of DNA and RNA, these are where our mnemonics get a little bit more complex. So if you're just studying 9th grade biology, you probably don't need to know the next ones that are coming up in this video. If you're in AP biology or a higher level biology, you may want to keep watching to make sure that you get all of these strategies for your study tools. So when we talk about nucleotide bases, adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine, and uracil, you might need to know which ones are purines and which ones are pyrimidines. You can remember the phrase, pure as gold, cut the pie. Pure as gold, pure, think purines, has A and G in those two letters, and cut the pie, C-U-T, C and T's are pyrimidines. And pi for pi pyrimidines. This one's a little bit of a stretch, but I think students have found it helpful. If you're trying to remember the 6 main chemical elements that make up all living things on Earth, You can remember the silly word CHNOPS, which stands for carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, and sulfur. But remembering CHNOPS is a little bit easier than remembering those 6 elements on their own. If you're studying genetics and heredity and you're trying to remember the laws that go along with Gregor Mendel's original ideas, one way you can do this is pretend that Gregor Mendel's nickname was Sid, and instead of Gregor Mendel, we call him Sid Mendel, because Sid stands for segregation, independent assortment, and dominance, which correspond to his 3 main laws. When you're getting into biochemical reactions, you may be talking about oxidation and reduction. This is a topic that's covered in a lot of chemistry classes, but a lot of students confuse it. So in order to remember which one is which, oxidation and reduction, you can remember the phrase Leo-gur, like a lion growls or gurs. And this corresponds to loss of electrons is oxidation, gain of electrons is reduction. And hopefully remembering that phrase will help you keep straight which process loses electrons and which process gains electrons. I've also heard oil rig. Oxidation is loss, reduction is gain, so whichever one works for you, stick it in your brain. Speaking of oxidation and reduction plays a role in an important process in biology, which is known as cellular respiration. Now in AP Biology, you will have to memorize all of the main steps of cellular respiration, and that can drive some students crazy. So you can use this mnemonic, going crazy can offer purpose, to help you remember glycolysis, the Krebs cycle, and oxidative phosphorylation as our 3 main steps in cellular respiration. Now, of course, this doesn't include the little mini steps in between, like pyruvate oxidation, and it doesn't talk about all of the details, but remembering these 3 main categories will be really helpful for you in remembering what happens when in the process of cellular respiration. Next up, when you're talking about gene expression and regulation, students frequently mix up the difference between introns and exons. Remember, introns are intervening regions, but they're the parts that get cut out of mRNA. Exons are the part that are expressed. So remember, introns get thrown in the trash, and exons, EX, get expressed in our mature mRNA. That is it for my 13 favorite mnemonics to help you remember important topics in biology. What ones do you use that I haven't included? Go ahead and put those in the comments below if you have any other mnemonics that you found helpful for your biology or AP biology class. There's a whole bunch more related to anatomy and when you get into memorization in college biology or studying for things like the MCAT. So if you'd like me to make more videos with different types of life science mnemonics, please let me know. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later.